I still remember the day Adama made her choice. It was the talk of the entire village of Nyanza. You see, she was the kind of woman every man wanted. Tall, with a smooth, dark complexion, the kind that gleamed under the morning sun. Her laughter could make even the hardest-hearted elder smile, and when she walked through the market square, young men would suddenly find a reason to stand. But when it came time for her to choose a husband, Adama did the unthinkable. She chose Benga. Now, you must understand, in our village, a man's worth is measured by his strength, his wealth, and the respect he commands. Benga had none of these. So when Adama, "She will suffer," they murmured. "Her beauty will fade under hardship," others sighed. Even Adama's mother, Mama Kunda, pleaded with her. "Why, child? You have had offers from warriors, from traders, even from Mz Nyaga's son who owns so many cows. Why choose this man who has nothing?" But Adama only smiled. "A man with nothing has nothing to lose, Mama. And perhaps he has everything to gain." The wedding was quiet, nothing like the grand ceremonies we were used to. There was no long procession of drummers, no great feast with roasted goat and millet beer flowing through the night. Instead, a few of us, mostly women and some of the older men, gathered at Benga's hut. The young men, the ones who had fought for Adama's attention, refused to come. Life was hard for them in the beginning. Benga's land was poor, and many nights the couple went to bed with empty stomachs. But Adama was not the type to sit and complain. She took a small patch of land by the river and began growing vegetables, something few in the village had considered before. While others laughed at her for wasting time on such small crops, she worked tirelessly. One season passed, then another, and then something strange happened. Benga and Adama's land flourished. The vegetables grew fresh and plentiful, feeding not only themselves but also fetching a good price at the market. With the money, they bought goats, then chickens. Soon, their small hut was expanded, and Adama even started employing a few village women to help on the farm. People watched in quiet amazement. "That girl is blessed." "Perhaps the curse was not on Benga but on our own way of thinking," others admitted. Then came the biggest surprise of all. One morning, after a heavy storm, the river swelled and shifted, exposing a patch of rich, dark soil near Benga's land. When the elders tested it, they found it was the most fertile land in the region. It wasn't long before the wealthiest farmers, the same ones who had looked down on Benga, were now offering him gifts, hoping to share in the land's bounty. By the third year, Benga was no longer the man nobody wanted. He was one of the wealthiest farmers in Nyanza, and standing beside him, as strong and as radiant as ever, was Adama, the woman who had chosen him when no one else would. One evening, as we sat under the old baobab tree, I asked her, "Adama, did you know this would happen, that Benga would rise like this?" She only smiled, her eyes twinkling like the night sky. "I didn't choose Benga because I saw his future. I chose him because I saw his heart, and sometimes that is enough." And so, whenever a young girl in our village is faced with a difficult choice, the elders remind her of Adama and Benga, that sometimes the man nobody wants is the man who will build a future nobody ever imagined.